Welcome, everybody. David Rutz here, David Allen Capital. We're about to be live. Okay, welcome, team. I'm excited to be here with all of you. Hopefully, you're excited as well. Today is the 11th of February, 2025, and we're excited about everything going on. A lot of good things happening behind the scenes just to improve the offerings that you all have to provide your clients. Now, keeping in mind, this is the team building training, right? So I still see a lot of people in the waiting room. They're coming in. So we're going to give it a second for them to go in. But as we talk about team building, I want you all to imagine for a minute. Let's use some simple economics, simple business. In business, if you want to do more, make more income, you need more sales, right? In sales with DAC occurs in two ways, right? One is your own personal customers, and the other is customers from your team. So you earn commissions on your team, a certain percentage, and then you earn commission on your own clients, a greater percentage. Obviously, we pay you more on your own clients than we do your teams. However, when you look at the two of those things combined, you see your opportunity. One is I can increase my income by driving my personal revenue, my own business, just like any other business owner who starts today. If you start a photography studio, or if you start a donut shop, or you start a restaurant or a roofing company, you have to generate customers. You have to ask people if they want you to put the roof on. And you've never done a roof before, but you've got to talk them into choosing you amongst all the other roofing companies to be the roof. So you got to give them a value, and you got to give them some confidence in order to do that, right? And so it's not easy being a business owner. All business ownership requires converting value of what you have to the customer's comfort level so that they say yes and become a customer, right? So there's one way you drive your revenue by becoming better and better at conversing about the value of our funding platform, right? And I'm going to touch on that in a minute. But the second way then is building a team and getting better and better at identifying and building the right type of team. And when you have both of those things working side by side, one, your personal efforts driving sales, you drive your income and you earn a lot more money each year. And the other, as you get more effective at building a team and have that team grow and getting customers, then you start earning overrides. And eventually the overrides will pass your personal commissions. They will. It won't happen immediately, but over time, your overrides will be a lot more than your personal commissions, even if you're our top customer getter. Even our top customer getter overrides are earning more than the personal consumer because just scale. It's called scale. You can have one McDonald's restaurant and make a lot of money selling burgers, or you can own all of them and get paid 2 or 3 cents a burger and make a lot more than having one shop, the most popular shop in America, doesn't match up to all the overrides earned on all the other shops. So, using those success principles, the value of other people's efforts and other people's success, you scaling and having magnified or amplified or what do they call it when compounded revenue from your team compounded efforts. That's how you really start to generate freedom from our business. You're your own boss on getting your own customers, which is great. And you have renewals, which is great. But it's when you see the value of building the team and seeing and why you should scale that is really where the big business comes from. So now, a couple of things to keep in mind is team building. Number one, the funding platform. We are making more and more and more to do about that funding platform because we're the only ones doing it. When you think about it, if you were a business loan person in our space, not with Bank Breezy, not with David Allen Capital, let's just go there for a minute. You are representing On Deck directly. And you're representing Rocket Mortgage directly. And you've got those two providers, and that's it. For every 100 applications you'll get 7 or 8 approved. That's it. And you'll have to say decline to all the rest. You're going to do all that work only to get declines. And then maybe you'll get a little bit better and you'll have another one or two who say yes to everybody, but they don't give good offers. So now you've got a couple you've got that you can take all your things to and they'll go, yeah, we'll give them 50,000. They got to pay back 1.6 times. So they got to pay back 80. And meanwhile, another provider will give them 90 and they only got to pay back 110. So unless you have all the providers we have, you're doing clients a disservice. if you're in our space and you don't have the Bank Breezy funding platform. So when you think about our platform, and as we make that more and more about what it really is, it's a convenience to the client. It's a convenience to you as the agent, where you can get the best offer for your client so you have a better odds of them renewing with you. They're going to get to Bank Breezy eventually, right? They're going to eventually find out about our platform, one-stop best offer, and use us. You know, there's companies out there who will tell you, hey, if you become an ISO for us and you sell Business Capital, we'll pay you 12 points. We'll pay you 10 points. We'll pay you 15. And all they're doing is offering to take whatever price they want to sell it at and add 15 percentages to it. Well, yeah, they'll give you that if you can sell it, if you don't get called a crook by the customer, if you don't mind taking your customer's head off when you could get a much lower pricing with commissions like we pay and better offers, best offer and great commission. So the question is, does somebody want to have garbage offer but best commission, or best offer, great commission? We're best offer, great commission. That's what Bank Breezy is all about. Now, we're not the highest commission on the table, but we are the best offer and the most approvals on the table. So anyone who's in business out there in our space needs to be involved with us. Otherwise, they're doing their client a disservice. It's like if I'm a travel agent and I only use Delta. And you come to me and say, I want to fly to Miami. I got to fly out tomorrow before noon, and I want a nonstop. And I look at Delta. Oh, sorry, don't have one. Can't fly with us, and you don't help the customer. You say, no, you're going to have to fly afternoon because that's all I've got is Delta. But what if you could go look at Southwest and say, here, I got a Southwest 2 bags free, better pricing. You can leave. I got 4 different times you can leave before noon. Which one would you prefer? Now you're taking care of the customer. No, as a travel agent, I'm only going to represent one airline. That'd be silly, right? But yet there's business funders. There's people in our space that you're competing with, but not really, because they only do telemarketing, where they got one provider or 2 providers, that's it, and they're gouging their customers. And that's your competition. So when you look at our funding platform, where we can have the best offer for the client, convenience of time, convenience of best offers, convenience of an approval. Hey, we'll have some that get declined. If they're going to get declined with us, they got declined by 20 plus providers. Even the highest risk provider said, no, there's a real reason. They're not getting approved anywhere, right? But if they don't come through us, they may get declined from 3 or 4 and think they can't get it. You know, I use QuickBooks, and I get an email all the time from QuickBooks. Hey, you're approved for our business funding. You're approved for our business funding, pre-approved for business funding. And they're partnered with OnDeck Lending, who we are partnered with. I know this, pre-approval does not mean jack squat, right? I know that if you go apply it on deck, about 2 out of 10 are going to get approved. That's it. Even when they have good revenue, even when they have good FICO scores. There's other things OnDeck's looking for. Now, we represent OnDeck. We are a preferred partner of OnDeck, so we do very well for OnDeck. I love OnDeck. I'm glad they advertise on TV. But if we only had OnDeck, we would be saying no to most of our clients. You would have, oh, darn, another decline. Oh, darn, another decline. So we've got OnDeck, and we've got Rapid, who's owned by Rocket Mortgage, and they decline about 70% of the clients that we send their way, but 30% they'll say yes. And then we've got Credibly, who credibly will decline about 60 to 70% of all our clients, but 40% they'll say yes. And those 3 compete for the best offer. And then there's a couple others, Vox and Spartan, who will approve more. The offers just aren't as good as the first 3, but they'll approve more. Sometimes the offer's better, right? Because OnDeck will only go up to $250,000. Well, what if someone wants 700,000? Well, OnDeck doesn't even matter if you're approved. They won't give it to you, right? So when you've got all these things and another 15, the high risk, the people who love trucking, the people who don't love trucking, the people who love landscape companies, the people who don't love landscape companies, the people who love real estate flippers, and the people who won't even touch a real estate flipper. We've got all this in our stable of Bank Breezy. So what happens is your client goes there, and they have the best offer, most convenient. What does that do for you? Makes you shine like a star. Now, if you're not using us and you're going, well, I want the higher commission to go direct to a lender. Okay, good. Hey, you know what? You're going to have to bounce the prices up You'll make a little bit more. You can't build a team there. You can't build a team. You probably won't get approved at any of the good providers because they require certain things. They don't just let anyone start to represent them. So you're getting rid of all the best providers to give yourself a little higher commission, and you got to do all the work. Collect the documents. You better register in all those 5 states. They require, if you're collecting documents, you got to have insurance, errors and omission, and it's like becoming a licensed provider. And if you don't know that, well, don't be surprised if you get fined. So we do all the protection for your agents. We take care of all that stuff for them. And we've got the funding platform. So when you think about team building, to scale, number one, I want to be able to take an application and submit it to Bank Breezy and know that this is the only way I'm guaranteed to get an approval. If I go direct to OnDeck, they're probably going to get declined half the time. If I only send them to Credibly, they're going to get declined half the time. If I only send them to Rocket's Rapid Advance, they're going to get declined 80% of the time. So if I only choose those, so now I got to apply at 30 places because, and how much time am I going to spend doing that? I don't have to. I'd rather make a little bit less and let the Bank Breezy team handle all that and know that my offer is going to stand the test. And renewals, I'm going to get the renewal as well because our renewal team's going to be talking to them. I will, and the Bank Breezy renewal team and the funder that was chosen, which gave the best offer. So the best offer carrier is going to be helping to try to get a renewal. Bank Breezy is going to be helping try to get a renewal. And you're going to be helping trying to get a renewal. You got 3 groups trying to get you a renewal. But you can do it yourself and choose an offer that's not good. Hopefully you got the right offer. You might make a one-time commission, but the lifetime value of a customer, and this is what I want to get to at the team building, the lifetime value of a customer isn't what you make on commission number one. It's what do you make for the lifetime value of the customer. If you don't have the best offer going their way, this is a commodity. Money is just a commodity. Where we bring value is in our platform. We bring convenience and best offer and greatest odds for approval. If you don't have that, you just have a commodity. And if you're overcharging to pad to a commission, if you're overcharging because you want to make more, it's only a matter of time before the car salesman says, we're not buying from them because I found out I could get the same car up the road for $100 less a month. They're gouging, they're taking people's heads off. Word gets around, right? Do you think you're going to get referrals? When your client comes to learn that you added 13% onto their pricing so that you can make a commission, you think they're going to give you referrals? They're not. And you made 13 instead of 4. Yeah, but you also took your lifetime value and went, done. And you had to do all the work and you got the worst offer for your client potentially. So best offer, great commission, the Bank Breezy DAC model. More commission, got to do all the work. Good luck finding a carrier that will accept you and them. You can go that route short term. You want to be able to scale. Can you scale that model? Could you build a team of people who are going to go out and talk to clients and they may get them approved and may not? Half the time they're not going to get approved. Half the time they will. You think it's hard to get someone approved with Bank Breezy? Try going it alone. Try building a team of people who are all going to just submit to 4 providers. Good luck. And those 4 providers that hate the type business you're doing, and you don't have 6 others who love it, or 3 others who love it, or 2 others who love it, and don't have the 9 years experience that we've been doing this. So when you look at that, now when you go to build a team, do you know what it costs to represent Bank Breezy? It's over $2,000 to get a license to be with Bank Breezy. And you got to have a big sales organization. $2,000 a month, $2,500 a month to have a license with Bank Breezy. What do you guys pay for your Bank Breezy license? Zero. So when you think about what you've got in your hands with David Allen Capital, you've got the platform of Bank Breezy that we're owners of too. So we help control that, protect that for you. So we've got that. You don't have to worry about the platform fee that everyone else who represents Bank Breezy has to pay. You've got all the offers under one umbrella. You got a team commission that'll track your team for you and give this amazing platform to your agents who can start for free. That is scalable. If you don't have that, you don't get the renewals as easy, and you can't scale to thousands of reps as easy. Here's the beautiful thing. If you were on the leadership call yesterday, I said, if you just had 200 fundings a week in your business, it doesn't matter whether you run an ads for it, if you got 200 people in your team and they all got 1 funding a week, it doesn't matter. And they all just did $20,000 funding at a decent commission, not even full commission, at a decent commission. At our average low commission, $20,000 funding, if you just had 200 of those a week, you're making a million plus a year. 200 in your group. Now you go, well, David, I'm not even doing two. Well, I'm not talking about where you're at. I'm talking about where can you scale this DAC business to? Do you think you could get this to having 200 fundings a week with the best platform in the world? With revenue-based capital being demanded because banks aren't approving 80%, with pain all around businesses growing and can't fund their growth, pain all around businesses flat and can't fund their growth, pain all around businesses in catastrophic situation and need rescue plays, pain all around in business, and you've got the best business funding platform. Some of you are going to get this and you're going to go, I'm going to scale the hell out of this. I'm going to have 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 active agents. Yes, me too. I see it too. And when you look at it that way, now team building becomes you're offering a tremendous value to a person. You're getting them the Bank Breezy business funding platform that they don't have to pay a licensing fee for. You're getting them the greatest commission available through Bank Breezy. And not only is it one-step best offer, you can build a team and earn overrides. And everyone you personally enroll, you get paid on no matter what, you're qualified for it. Anyone you personally enroll, you get a percentage of their income. And then they can build a team who builds a team, and you can earn an override on them too, just by actively getting customers periodically. When you look at that, that's scalable. Now you say, okay, so the long play here is let's get this baby cranking 200 deals a week and I'm making $1 million a year just in $100 override each. Yeah. On a $20,000 funding. Yeah. You're making $1 million a year, 200 fundings a week in your scaled team, not just you and your team. So why do you build a team? Because you can't get to 200 deals a week yourself. I say this and I track this periodically, but to this date, I've gotten more personal clients than anybody. And I earn 4 times as much in overrides than I do in personal commissions. So nobody is going to, unless you're never build a team and just get clients, then yeah, you'll always earn more in personal commissions. I love that you can earn full-time income in personal commissions, but I love even more that you can scale your business and because of that, make millions annually without having to get customers yourself constantly. It's hard to do $1 million in income on personal. Now, $1 million may be too much for 200 deals a week is not too much. Guys, we got the best platform in America. It's just a matter of you scaling your business agency size. It's a free business. We're using the freemium model. We could easily charge $99 a month to be an agent with us and have only 100 agents. Well, guess what? We'd be bringing 100 times 100, $10,000 a month going into the Ruts pocket. Hey, and those people would get fundings and we'd make money on funding too. But you know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at getting 30,000 active agents, 100,000 active agents, not 100,000 who've joined, not 100,000 who are paying a few dollars, 100,000 who are out there active and who are producing funding. We're the #1 funder in North America. And all of a sudden Microsoft and Apple and Amazon are saying, how do we buy these guys? And Rut's saying, hey, we're open to conversations, but never are we going to take away our affiliate model. We've already played that game in the past. We've already proven we won't sell for the big millions if it's going to kill our agency opportunity. Not doing it. But you know, if we build something so good, it will be valuable. And then how do you share with all that, with all the affiliates? You find ways. You find ways. So the good news is you guys are agents here where you can take the business funding platform, which equals the best offers to your clients, which equals the best long-term lifetime value of a customer. A lot of renewals happen with us. We get a lot of renewals with our clients because they say, thank you. I don't have to chase this around anymore. I don't have to worry about where I'm applying anymore. I don't know why they approved me 3 years ago and won't approve me today. We do, and we got you covered. Don't worry about it. Travel agents, you're not always going to fly Delta. Sometimes you're going to fly United. Depends on what your needs are. We are like the travel agent. Depends on what your needs are. We've got a provider for you. You don't have to figure it out. You don't want to deal with a neophyte who doesn't know any better, who's doing it just to make a big commission, and they're gouging and adding that right onto the cost of the capital. Could you imagine? My brother-in-law sells GMCs. Could you imagine if I went in and bought a truck from him, which I did, but if I went in and bought a truck and I found out he added $18,000 to it to make an $18,000 commission? You think I'll ever buy another car or refer anyone to him? Heck no. I want the best price for my vehicle, and then you make your commission. You're my brother-in-law. I'm expecting you're taking care of me. I don't expect you to make nothing, but I also don't expect you to gouge me. Imagine going to your uncle and getting your uncle's bakery alone, and you added 14 points to it to make a commission. Could you sleep at night? When you know we could get them that same offer and save them 10 grand, and you would have made a nice commission? And by scaling, you can make. So now that's what our opportunity is that you're offering people. That's what you're giving someone when they join DAC. They're getting access to the best funding platform in North America, and that's going to get more and more well known. We're going to be leading with advertising that we're going to make that product known. And one day it'll be a household name. And when you're going out and talking to people, they'll already have a Bank Breezy relationship with a DAC agent. They'll already have someone. They'll already be working with someone. It's like you sell a home today. Most of them already have a real estate agent they're going to use, right? That most of them already have an auto insurance agent they're going to use. You're going to be their funding agent unless you wait until it's a household name. If you wait till it's a household name, the value will be much lower to us. So this is the time to scale. So what are we talking about again? I'm going to end with this. To increase your income, you increase your sales. Sales happen here from personal production and the lifetime value of that, and then the team production and the lifetime value of that team. So your personal customers and their renewals, your team's customers and their renewals, and then your team growth. And every single month, you got new agents joining in your team. It just keeps growing and blossoming, right? It's like the water hyacinth. You've ever heard of that? That plant, you see it in swamps. In my old corporate office, DAC's office was in Milford, Michigan, and there was a pond right next door, the beautiful waterfall coming out of it. And I always liked fishing in that pond, and Tyler would fish there. And we liked fishing in that pond early spring because you could cast anywhere. And then all of a sudden, somewhere about a month after spring comes up, you'd see one plant come up in this pond. And you go, oh, there's a plant right there. 2 days later, you look and there's like 60 plants. And then a week later, there's like 3 holes that you can cast into in this whole pond. That baby's growing under the ground. It's growing under the water. You don't see it, but once one pops up, and then you go, okay, here they come. And then another one pops up, and then another one, another. All of a sudden, the whole pond is covered with plants, and you can't cast a line until winter when it all dies. Your business is growing the same way, but it doesn't just happen. You've got to get out there and you got to start making calls. You got to prospect. You got to ask people. And how do you get to 200 fundings a week in your team so you're making $1 million a year? You start by getting one. And then another, and then another. And you teach them one and then another, and one and another. And we've got team building trainings. If you go look at our Zooms, you'll see team building, what to say, the 5-step process. But here's the bottom line. Do you really need a recipe to expose someone to our funding platform, to serving businesses, to make full-time type commissions, and to be able to build a team that scales and you're earning overrides on all of it? Do you really need a recipe? Maybe you feel you do, but all you really need is the same recipe that fills your wedding with attendees or fills a graduation party with attendees. Or did anyone host a Super Bowl party? Did anyone show up? Yeah, people you invited. Did any of you invite not show up? Sure. Did you still have the party? Yeah. Yeah, you did. You ever have a birthday party for kids and invite 20 and only 13 can come? Yeah. Did you cancel the party? No. Did you need a script? No. So many people put training as a reason to wait when the reality is life has trained you already how to have a conversation and share something you believe in. I believe my daughter, who's turning 7, we're going to have a great birthday party, and she'd like all of her friends to celebrate with her. And we believe you're one of her friends, and we'd like to invite you. We'd be honored if you can make it. If you can't, we understand. You don't need a script for that. Hey, we've got a business funding platform that's the best thing out there. It's only a matter of time before it's a household name. We're fueling business owners, and we're looking for agents who want to make some serious money spreading the news about this funding platform. There's no investment required. You can make serious money. Are you open to something like that? No. Okay. Hey, I was just reaching out to you, see if you might be interested in something. I'd part just joined a company called David Allen Capital. They have this funding platform called Bank Breezy. It's unbelievable. It gives businesses the best funding offers they can get to fuel their growth. And they're answering when a bank can't. They are. It's just unbelievable. And so we're looking for some people that want to make some serious money helping the business owners with this platform. Are you interested in checking out how you can earn money for referring this platform? No. That was two different scripts, two different words, but the same concepts. We got our hands on this funding platform. It's helping to fuel business growth. And we're looking for people to help spread the word about it, whether it's social networks, videos, advertising, live conversations, door to door, canvassing, dominating your local market. Man, we're open for all of it because we just want to get the word out to business owners all over North America about this platform. We're looking for some serious business owners. You interested? A lot of words, way too many. Yeah, man, to the right people. If you were on the street, and I'll end with this, you're on the street and you got a gold brick, and we're videotaping it to go viral on, Snapchat or whatever these social channels are. And we're going to videotape people and we're going to offer them a gold brick and we're going to get reactions. And someone's getting a gold brick. It's real gold. It's real gold. And we're going to stand at the bottom of an escalators. People are coming off the escalator. We're going to go, "Hi, would you like a gold brick?" And they're going to go, "Get out of my face. You're weird. You're odd. Stay away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me. No, get away. No one go. Get. It's a real gold brick. The opportunity is real. You want a gold brick? You want a gold brick? It doesn't matter how good it is. Some are going to, and eventually someone's going to go, "Sure. I don't care if it's real or not. I'll use it as a doorstop. Thanks, dude." And they're going to walk off and say hi and keep on moving. They're going to take the gold brick. Right? Doesn't matter. Some will, some won't. So what? The right people say yes. Now, what if you do it very well? You say, "Hey, I got this gold brick and we're shooting a video and we just want to see who the first person who's willing to actually take the brick. It's a real gold brick. I promise you. Would you like it?" You're going to get a lot more people take it than, "Hey, you want a brick? You want a brick? Want a brick?" So your approach does matter. But the reality is, even if you're bad at it, you'll get yeses. But even if you're really good at it and talk to nobody, you don't get yeses. So it doesn't matter if you got a great birthday party planned if you invite nobody. What we need to do is keep our eyes on the prize. Scalability of DAC exists. It costs you nothing, it costs them nothing. Now, here's the only thing I'll say. Some people just don't see it. They're in the business, they just don't see it. And they don't see, I need to be the one pressing right now because this is going to grow like a water hyacinth. And we're going to end up having 100,000 active agents and 1 million agents nationwide. And everyone's going to go, "Yeah, I already got a DAC agent. Yeah, I got it. My brother's with DAC or my uncle's with DAC. I'm good. Thank you. Appreciate it." Eventually, we're going to be never saturated, but eventually we're going to be like Century 21 and everyone's already going to have a Century 21 agent. And unless it's warm market, your uncle, your brother, your sister, they're not going to need you. But the people who are here in our first, right here, in these years, we're documented now. Now we got our funding platform done. We've invested in it. Now we're documented. We've got the track record. Now it's time to expand and scale at a way that's never been seen before. That's what we're focused on right now at DAC. So hopefully you see some value in this. And now you say, "Okay, I got to get after talking to some people and I got to get them in and get them through the training and then see who's ready to play ball and who's not. Let's get them in the pool. Let's get them in the pool. Let's get them in the pool. Who wants to swim? Who doesn't? Who likes the water? Who doesn't? Let's get them in the pool." I'm not going to say any more right now, but we've got some neat things we're looking to unveil soon. Pretty excited. Let's see what text you got in the comments. And then if anyone has any questions, go ahead and raise your hand or type it in the comments. Let's see what we got. I'm only thank you for the kind words. Appreciate it. All right. Love it, Gary. Love it, Gary. The cheapest company out there charges 4K to get you into funding, does not even give you half of what DAC gives you for free. Agreed. We got a freemium model. That does not mean it's not premium. It's a freemium model, and we got even more coming. Thank you for the kind words. You just need to listen to what the business needs, share funding options, and let our leaders handle the rest. Absolutely. Good point, Stephen. That's right. And then it's volume. It's volume. It's volume. Who can talk to more people in a professional manner? If you can invite 20,000 people to your wedding because they're all your friends and you can support them all, you might have 5,000 there. But if you only invite 100, the most you're going to have there's 100. Coach Ben to everyone, Flames, love it, Coach Ben. Okay, that's it for the comments on the text. I see Ellen's got her hand up. Go ahead, Ellen.
Can you hear me, David?
Loud and clear. Nice to see you.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I don't have my camera. I'm on the road. Great meeting, man. I just goes back to why I got started with DAC in the first place. Such an incredible opportunity, and it keeps getting better and better and better. I do have one quick question since you're talking about our funding platform today. A question regarding an email that corporate sent out yesterday about the funding platform. And one line in that email, I don't have it in front of me, but it was talking about the micro funding. And it said, we have a specific funnel for, or a specific application for that page. Can you clarify, all applications lead to the funnel process, or do those smaller funders or smaller revenue business owners need to go through a specific page now?
They start at the same place. They do start. We are going to have separate soon. So that was with our future messaging, frankly. There is going to be a different one, but right now they go to one funnel, but they then go into a distinct path, right? They go to the instant funding option. So our new landing, the way we're doing it, is going to be micro funders are going to be told about their different process because we're going to educate the customer more. So that means we need to have a separate funnel to start them. It'll be identical, but it will be separate and distinct. So that was using some of the future languaging, and that was an oversight on my part, frankly. But
Okay.
it is right now, it still starts at one applet, but it does go, as you all know, if they're under 15K, it goes into the instant funding bucket, or if they're a personal bank account. And those have link bank account, get instant offer, right? Or same day offer. The other ones upload bank statements, get offer within 1 day. So we're going to be educating them a little bit more on the front end about what they have to do through video. So in that, we're going to tell them flat out, if you are under 15,000, you want to go to the micro funding application and apply there.
Awesome. Okay.
So
Thanks for the clarification.
you bet. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification and helping me see that I missed that.
No worries.
I saw it, but I forgot that I said it was separate. All right. Wade Cordell's got his hand up. How you doing, Mr. Bank Breezy himself?
Doing great. I was going to make a comment about the platform because what they don't know, and you and I know behind the scenes, we're adding quite a few lender partners that have requested to be added and given us special stuff to be added. But during the process, you're talking about the value of the platform. During the process of you and I talking to different lenders, that process led us to a conversation about us, in the future becoming lenders ourselves and that sort of thing, and how they want to help us. It's really interesting to see that all these lenders want to step in and help us get to our final goal. But what I wanted to say was one of those lenders said, they really studied this platform in detail. And they said, do you realize that what you're doing, there are companies out there charging $30,000 up front all day long. They get a dozen or so people want to enter this industry, and they get 30,000 up front and then a couple of $1,000s every single month. And they were just highly impressed with the platform because of that. And that's why they want to become more close to us. And we got one lender that's agreed to take a paper. Like they want to be the next on deck, and we're going to be the first ones out the chute with those. So those are the exciting things that are happening.
Yeah, Wade, I appreciate all you're doing, man. And I would just say this to everybody to piggyback that, if someone comes to us and says, you guys have your hands on something, it's not the platform is one thing, and then it's all the agents attached to the platform. And this model that you guys have, it's hard to duplicate it. It's hard to catch up to it because even if we build the platform, first of all, they're all lenders. So they're not interested in representing anyone else, right? Does Delta want to sell for Southwest? No. Travelocity does, but Delta doesn't. Southwest doesn't want to sell Delta. So when you're partnered with all you have is the end funder, they don't want to build a platform, but they'd love to purchase or be a part of the platform, to partner with us, to have a piece of it, and to try to get first rights. And Wade and I have been very clear. I mean, we're having discussions with a few different lenders. We've always wanted to become a funder as well, but not if it's not going to be the best product for the customer. We'd have to beat everything else out there. And sometimes you can't beat everything else out there and still make a profit and pay the commission. I mean, what OnDeck gives us on a price of 1.19, you guys see your commissions. You may only get half commission, but when you add it all up, we might be paying 6 points out on a 1.19. They're only making, and there's defaults. I mean, they may be making 13% on their money only. You make 12% in the stock exchange year over year with no risk, buying stock and letting it sit. They make 13 points, and there's risk and may never get paid back, and yet they let us keep our commission. I mean, you got to imagine, guys, for us, I wouldn't want to lend that $200,000 to possibly make 12 points more than what we're making and have to do the collection and the legal. So some of these partners, they've got products we just wouldn't be able to compete with. But the good news is, if we ever venture down that route, it would be to offer products that don't exist. The way you make this not a commodity is the same way our business platform and our agency opportunity, those two combined is what makes the platform special, because you can scale with a customer acquisition cost that is performance-based. And then you guys have the platform that has the best offer from all the providers with a great commission and the expert team talking to your clients. So when you scale 100 new reps, they don't have to be fully trained. They refer a client, and then the experts who've talked to thousands of clients talk to their client for them. So when you combine those two things together, that's scalable. That you can grow to 100,000 customers a week. That can grow to, you're only limited to the staffing then to the people to support the leads that are coming into the agent growth. You can't do that in a high commission, one-man shop, going to go out and manually apply it all these. Now I'm going to recruit a team and track their commissions and give them a replicated website, all that stuff. We've got our hands on something. So you guys, through your partnership with us, we don't have it without all of you. You don't have it without all of us. I get that. I've built a field. Wade's built a field. You know, Wade was a top performer in the network marketing industry before he got started this. He owned his own network marketing company, nutrition company that he sold to Youngevity, a publicly traded company. They still generate revenue every single day today. He's built big organizations in the service space. He's a network marketer who had funding experience. So when I started this and he was a DAC agent through Youngevity relationship, he's like, I can do the funding with you. We can do this. And he worked for DAC for 3 years. And then it was after all the performance, we said, let's start our own. You should own part of this. Let's start a funding platform. You run it, Wade. You good running it. DAC will license it. We get a license agreement. Let's do it. We'll be partners in it. Amen. So we've got an inside track on this platform. It's like you have an inside track to Travelocity. I know Travelocity is a bigger name right now, but they weren't always a big name. We've helped over 100,000 customers already. We're not babies. We're not billionaires, but we're not babies. But one day this Big Breezy brand will be $1 billion brand. And one day it'll be, when you think, where am I going to go for business funding? They're not going to need an agent. They're going to go to their agent that they talked to 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years. Everyone's going to know Bank Breezy. Do you need an agent to tell you to use kayak.com or Travelocity? They don't even advertise anymore. Where do you go when you want to get a flight? You got a booking engine, don't you? Do you go directly to the airline? Some of you do because of the points, but most people go to a search engine of some kind and get the best price. That's what Bank Breezy is. So you guys are the agents who can benefit most through the scale. You're here in the early days. And as we improve that and improve our offerings, Wade just said it. Did you hear the magic words? They're willing to do things for us that they're not doing for others to be put in our platform. They want the traffic. And we don't have garbage providers in our platform anymore. We used to. We didn't know what we didn't know. Now we know. So it's time. This is team building training, but it's more about me showing the value of what you got your hands on so that you recognize timing matters. I'll end by saying this. To succeed in business, you need a hungry market, or you need a great offer, or you need great persuasion. If you got a hungry market, then you can have a bad offer and bad persuasion. If you own a pizza truck and you're sitting outside of a bar after hours and everyone's leaving that bar and there's no food available on the street and you got a pizza truck, you're selling out even if the pizza is garbage, even if the price is a little high and you're not real good with people, you're still selling out because you got a hungry marketplace. But if you got a hungry marketplace, I mean, if you don't have a hungry marketplace, then you better have a pretty good offer. We got a hungry marketplace. It's called businesses growing can't get money at their banks. And then so now you got to have a good offer. What's our good offer? One-stop best offer. Convenience of getting approvals from 20 plus providers with one simple application, one soft FICO score. Don't have to waste time applying to 100 different places to hope you find the best offer. You get an approval, you're going to take it or you're going to decline it. What are you going to do? Well, maybe you should decline it because we might be able to save you $5,000 on that deal. If you would just apply with us, we'll know. So where's our offer come in? One-stop best offer. Now you got a great offer, a hungry market and a great offer. And as far as persuasion, you get Wade Cordell on the phone with someone. He's helped someone get $1.5 million. He's helped someone get $2,000. He's helped over 1,000 people, probably 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 by now, that he spoke to who've taken the funding he's offered. And he's heard all the reasons why they don't want it. And he's also told them reasons why they shouldn't take it. He's called underwriters and said, pull that offer back. I just learned about that. They're not going to be able to pay this off. It's probably going to cause a default. Just kill that deal, please. He's protected our providers. He's protected our clients. He's protected you. And you've got him and his team talking to your clients so that you don't have to. I remember my first person I helped get approved for $75,000 and they didn't want to take it. They own a movie theater. Some of you heard me tell this story. I didn't know what to tell them. I didn't know why. And it was the biggest mistake. They didn't take the money. It was the biggest mistake. We didn't know it at the time, but I didn't know how to tell them. I wasn't persuasive enough because I didn't understand the funding well enough yet. I didn't understand what they had their hands on and what they could do. I didn't know that if the sales dip, that the providers are all willing to lower the payment. They just want to see your bank statements. They don't guarantee it, but we've not had one who didn't go, oh, your sales tanked, man. We're not going to make you keep paying $100 a day when you're not even doing $100 a day in sales. It would put you out of business. So we'll lower your payment to $10 a day or we'll pause it for a week or two. I've got clients who are in the hurricane. They're not making a payment today at all. Their businesses are shut down. They're not losing their houses. The businesses are waiting for them to open. The funders are waiting for them to open and get going again. They're understanding. Banks, give me your house, please. Sorry, my house is mine now. So when I didn't know that, I didn't know how to tell them that. Wade did. Wade didn't exist in the company yet. If I go back, that client would have probably, their theater shut down, by the way. That theater probably would have stayed in business and kept growing. They wanted to expand screens and get different movies that they couldn't afford to get. I couldn't. The money that I got them, they didn't take. Said it was too expensive. I didn't know. They were worried about cash flow, ups and downs. What if I can't make the payment? I'll default. I didn't know that it could be modified. So it was a mistake. So when you think about what you've got your hands on, man, this opportunity is just too darn good. Now you can see why. Hopefully you can see why when I say we get that training learning management system launched with these value props. Hungry market, we got it. Great offer, got it. Persuasive team, got it. But they're not going to close people for you. We've got the 3 magic things that make this a grand slam business. You only need the main one, hungry market. But even if you just got a decent market, you need a pretty good offer. We got a good offer. And then you need persuasion. If you don't have a great offer, you need persuasion. What if you had all 3 of them just knocked out of the park and then you got a free business to expand it on? And then you start talking about that offer. You can make full-time money first month. Hungry market. There's so many people debt-ridden out there. Over half the people over 50 years old don't have a retirement yet. They need to hear about DAC. They need to see DAC. They need to know about the funding platform. You got 20% of 20-year-olds want to own their own business. And guess what? Good luck. Most of them are going to lose money trying, but they could own their own business with us and scale in a business that's already proven and documented. You've got both ends of the age spectrums covered. Retirement needs and skilled people who just don't want to sit on a beach. And then you got startup people, entrepreneur looking for a way to scale to make $1 million a year. They don't want to just make 50 grand. They don't want to just make 200 grand a year. They want to make $1 million plus a year because Instagram's influencer did and Joey Jewy over there did and Billy Bluey over there did. And you know what? They want to have those type of big opportunities. They got it with us. We got a hungry market on the income side. We got a hungry market on the funding side. You got a persuasive offer on the opportunity side, free, full-time income available, build a team, scale. Come on now. And then you got a persuasive offer on the funding side. One step best offer, 20 plus applications. Don't accept don't take the best offer you get from your first application. Let us get you 20 offers and we'll give you the best one. We'll let you know the best deal. Just because Delta's flying to LA doesn't mean it's the best flight for you. Don't say yes just because they got a flight available. Look at all of them. And then you need persuasion. You got your upline leader, expert who's going to help you with your new person. You got all of our Zooms. You've got all of our trainings online, and then you've got the Bank Breezy team talking to your clients. I don't know how you get 2, 3 Grand Slam offers come together, Grand Slam opportunities come together. I don't know how you find a place that's got 2 of these together. That's why the magic's about to get pretty exciting. Anything else from anybody before we end today? Jose's got his hand up. Go ahead, Jose. Jose, you with me?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
There you are. How you doing, bud?
Okay, thank you, sir. Love it, love it, love it. Uh, Boy, I wish I would have met you when you were 23 back in the day. And see if you can remember this. Back in the day, people were showing the plan,
Yep.
and then others would say, "Well, you hadn't seen the plan until you seen it from me."
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love you showing and telling people the plan, and I'm fired up again, and I appreciate you. God bless you, and for everybody that don't know, this is still the ground floor opportunity of a lifetime. So
Yeah.
God bless you, and let's do it.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Jose. And we got Sonny Mendez has got his hand up. Go ahead, Sonny.
Buenos dias, man. You're on
Buenos
fire.
dias.
Woo!
On
So
fire?
I have a inroads with some solar providers that are looking for funding for people with subprime credit.
Yep.
Okay, so if that's the case, I have a specific situation. People own a house in the city and they have a vacation house that has no power. They're not on the grid and they want to install solar on that getaway,
Yep.
but they can't get approval through the solar financing, and they're approaching me to see what I can do. I think this might be a potential, so I wanted to get your feedback to pursue solar companies.
I would say this. Keep in mind, Sonny, we only do business funding.
Correct.
We don't do any consumer funding. So the only way a business would be eligible to apply with us if they are a business, number one, and they're producing revenue already, number two, for the last 4 months. So if a homeowner owns a business and they're saying, hey, I want to use my business's revenue to take an advance against my business to give myself a bonus to buy solar for my home, that's great. But unfortunately, we don't do consumer loans. We did in the past for things like what you're talking about. And unfortunately, we just found that it was very hard to get more than 2 or 3% approved. And it was a lot of work for most declines. So there's better consumer funding companies out there. If your solar provider can't approve them, unless they own a business and the business is getting an advance, we're not going to be able to help them either, unfortunately. Credit cards are the best options.
Understood. Where I was heading was I want to pursue this industry with a view towards the commercial side of this solar installations.
Yes.
Are you good with that?
Absolutely. We don't care what they use the money for.
Okay.
Solar is a good thing because they're going to save. Sometimes they'll save more than their payment. So it depends on the application. And if they need 200 grand to install solar and they're doing 200,000 a month and we get them 200 grand, they can put it to use. Now they're going to have to pay back 250 maybe. So it's going to cost them a lot more, but they have time to pay it off. This is better for businesses that we're adding to their profits. It's better because growth money pays for the loan. And so it doesn't cost them anything. I was on the phone with a personal client yesterday, and they're dealing with a franchise. And they said, "Hey, I want to take this to the franchise. They're buying trucks, ice cream trucks, and each truck costs about 45 grand. And they usually can turn $100,000 in profit or in revenue in 2 months, and a couple 100,000 in profit the first year. Could we get them 45 grand per truck? Yeah, absolutely. What a good model." And they get 45 grand, and they got to pay back, call it 20 times, 1.3 times that, call it 57.5. They're going to have to pay back instead of 45, but they got a year to pay it back. And now they do all that sales that they wouldn't be able to do otherwise. So if you're growing a business, it's real good. If you're just buying an appliance that may save you money, it may be harder to buy it for a while because they got to pay that back immediately, right? And they don't have added revenue right now. They just have lower electricity bills. So it depends on the value proposition to them.
Understood. Well, I have software
Yeah,
that
we're good.
I have software that allows me to project out the potential cost of utilities in the next 30 years.
Okay.
So that
Yeah,
gives
hard.
them the incentive by having that in front of them, saying, look, in the long term, you're going to save hundreds of thousands. And right now, the cost for the installation is much lower. It's going to be in 10 years.
Yeah, with commercial, some states have cost segregation, research credits, research and development credits, things like that too. So if you're adding R&D type stuff to a building, so you can couple it all together. But if they need money from us, yeah, we can get them money.
And also for utility savings, window installations, anything that upgrades the energy retention and lowers the cost.
Yep, absolutely. Obviously, those are a harder pill because you got to pay it all off in a year. You get 200 grand, you're paying 260, let's say, in a year, and they may go, I can't afford 260 in a year. I would love the long-term savings, but some businesses go, absolutely, I can afford it. I want to do it, and I'd rather do it this way than shelling out 200 right now. Okay,
But it's
we're
all in the
happy to get you the money.
qualification up front. Thank you.
Yep, you bet. You got it. It's all in how you qualified up front with them. And so some of that isn't just for you, because obviously you get that. It's for some of the other people that are new on here and may not recognize that just because something can be done doesn't mean it's the best thing to be done for the client. But if you talk to them about it in advance and they know the value, they can make that decision themselves. All right, guys. Well, you see the value proposition we have. Hungry market, great offer, and persuasive people on both the opportunity and the funding. You put them together. That's called scale. 200 deals a week. When you look at it like that, you go, come on, why limit ourselves? Why would you limit yourself to 200 deals in your team a week? Why not say, I want to be at 200 deals in my team by the end of 25 per week. And then I want to get to 400 deals a week by the end of 26 to be making 2 million a year. And then I want to have 10 people on my team at 200 a week. And I'm doing 2,000 deals a week. Right? There's no reason. How many flights does Travelocity book a week right now? I don't know, but I bet it's millions. They didn't always. They were just some search engine a long time ago. We won't always just be Little Bank Breezy and Little DAC. We're already doing millions. We've already helped tens of thousands of customers, but we're just getting started. And you're just getting started. Doesn't matter how big you are with us, you're still just getting started. God bless you all. It's been fabulous. Looking forward to tomorrow's funding call with Wade Cordell. I got to run.